Hey everyone, Pilot Spud here, back with another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today we're going to be flying from McCarran International, Las Vegas to LAX. So we're looking at a air time of about 35 minutes. Weather looks like it's going to be pretty good. Obviously we're going to be flying American Airlines today. And I'm also going to be using the I think the flytampa Las Vegas airport add-on, so I'll be able to take a look at that as well. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, we are in, so let's go ahead and get the batteries turned on. Nav lights and logo on, strobes set to automatic. And let's go ahead and get the jetway connected. And let's get the power supply. And just looking at the detail and everything, so we'll be able to take a look at what's going on out here. As you can tell, the airport add-on is really nice looking, so I'm just really happy. For a long time this wasn't actually working for me, so I'm actually glad now that it's actually up and running, so now I can actually use it. Every time I would log into this airport with this add-on, my sim would just crash every single time, so I'm actually really glad that it's running correctly now. So, and I figured out the problem. So when you buy this add-on, the flytampa one, it actually comes, it's actually two add-ons in one. So what they've done, it's the airport add-on and it's also a city add-on, so the entire area around the airport is an add-on as well. And I've noticed that that's what was causing the problem, and that's what was causing my sim to crash every single time. So what I did is I went to the content manager and actually just removed the city add-on part, and then the airport, and now I just have the airport. Now it's just been working perfectly, so I hadn't had any problems. I've done a few test flights and I've just zoomed around the map in the chase cam or the freeform cam, and as you can see, it's pretty smooth and it looks amazing. It's just so nice, and you know, I think they did a really good job. And it's like I got this add-on such a long time ago, so I'm glad that I'm able to use it correctly. So with that, let's just go ahead and get set with this. Okay. So today we are flying from Las Vegas, so it's going to be Kilo to LAX. And let's plug that in. Seems like there's a lot of wind. It's the... Oh, so they're getting really strong winds. That's really crazy. So it's 26 knots, gusting 39. So it's going to be a very interesting departure. Whoops. Will this actually fit? Oh, it does. Okay. Cost index for this flight is, I believe it's 5. Yep, 5. Alternate route is going to be Ontario, so it's going to be Ontario. And our cruising is going to be 340. Since it's a very quick flight, we'll be pretty much up in the air for a little bit and just straight back down. Fuel should be 0. I don't think there's any fuel trucks at Las Vegas, which I don't understand, so I'm going to have to manually input that in once we get everything else set up. So let's go ahead and go to our flight plan. So we're going to be departing runway 26 right, and we're going to be using the... We're going to be using the Radiator 2 star, or sorry, SID. And it's right there. And we're going to be the black transition. So let's go ahead and insert that. Let's just double check our flight plan to make sure it's looking good, like it's matching up to the map that I have of the flight plan. So we should be able to come straight out, and then, yep, so let me just double check the map. Looks good to me. And then from Black, it is a direct waypoint to Shatner. So let's go ahead and input that. So that's going to be SH. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, SHT and an R. And just plug that in directly. And they're both the same. So I'll just go for the first one, insert, and we're going to see this change. There it goes. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. So that's pretty much it. And then we just pick our arrival. And at the arrival to LAX, we're going to be landing on 25 left, since that is the really close. It's next to the American Airlines terminal. And 25 left is their main arrival runway, 25 right is the main departing runway, and 24 right is the main arrival runway, and 24 left is the main departure runway. So that's a little interesting fact if you want to know. That's what they use pretty much all the time, unless it's like different times of the day or something's happening, but 90% of the time that's what they use. So we're going to be landing on 25 left. And we're going to be using the Angel 4. And it's going to be via, let's see here. I believe it's going to be via Circus on there? It is on there. Okay, so it's not any of those. I believe it's going to be this guy. And let's insert that and let's double check to see. Alright, so we already got a weird point there, so we'll probably get rid of that point. But everything else is looking correct. Let's double check. So, okay, so there's Angel. Listen, and then Sally should be right behind it, which it is. It's Con, and then Boyle should be the next one. Yes, okay, so it's looking pretty good. Obviously I have to get rid of these 2 points. I have to get rid of, yeah, those two, so let's go ahead. So if this happens, obviously it's super easy, so let's go to, what point is that? So we need to get rid of that point right there, so let's go ahead and just, all you do is just hit clear, select the point, and hit insert, and you'll see it disappears. And let's go ahead and get rid of sellers, because we don't need that, it's just, it's not what's listed. Clear, and then insert, boom, should be gone. Alright. Now the flight plan, it looks like it just goes from, so it goes from Shatner to, okay, so that airway isn't in there correctly, but that's fine. Honestly, I could just, okay, so let's get rid of this point as well. We don't really need this one. Clear. Let's get rid of that. And then it should just be nice. There we go. Perfect. That's looking good now. Okay, so that's looking like what I have in the map in the flight plan. Okay, so we're good. So that's set. We just run through it. So let's go to flight plan. Let's see, it doesn't. And all these points are looking correct. Okay, everything's looking good. This should be correct. Alright, so let's pull up our approach plate and SID plate, departing plate. Let's go to KLOS, and it is at, what is the VOR? It is 116.9, 116.9, and the VOR for LAX, and let's pull this up, so 25 left, so 109, oh no, sorry, 113.6. Alright, so that's good. We are done with that. Let's go ahead and set up our performance. We're doing a flaps 1 departure. Trans altitude is 18,000, always in America. Alright, and now we can plug in our information. So let's go ahead and get our fuel into the plane. As you can see, very nice. We got a nice little sunset. Alright, let's pull up our fuel. And since there is no fuel trucks, so the block fuel is 9,200. So I'd say let's do a little bit more. Oh, it's too much. There we go, that should be good. Alright, so now we got that outside temperature. Let me plug in that information. So we are departing from Las Vegas, runway 26 right. Outside temperature is 19. Let's get our takeoff weight. Let's do our little calculations. So 120,519 divided by 2.205 is 54,657. Alright, so so V1 is 122. 125 is the VR, and V2 is 128. Flex temp is 54. Okay. Everything is looking good. Performance is set. Radio nav is set. Flight plan is set. Let's go ahead and start getting things locked up here. We're cruising at 340. That's set. Let's go ahead and get the baggage. You can still hear that wind. That's going to be a interesting takeoff for sure. But there's a lot of high winds in California as well. But not to worry. Everything's looking good. Okay, so that's all set. We can turn our fuel pumps on. Let's go ahead and start the APU. That's weird. I'm just so happy that the airport add-on is actually working, and it's really well detailed. That's why I was like really disappointed it wasn't working for me for the longest time. APU bleed, external power can come off, and let's go ahead and set our beacon lights on to make sure these guys are done. They're about to be done. Let them know that we're ready to start pushback. And I like the four simmers. They updated the livery, so they made it a lot more stealthy and a lot sharper looking, that's for sure. I noticed that the engine color was a different shade of white than the actual fuselage of the plane, so I noticed that they changed that, which is really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get pushback set. Everything else is looking good. We'll set up our altimeter in a little bit. And it's nice because actually in there's an actual, like, the casino and everything like that. Like, everything's modeled just like how it is in real life, which is amazing. I'm just so happy that this airport add-on's actually working. Alright, we are connected. Disengage parking brake. And let's go ahead and get the engine starter set. And let's go for engine master number 2. Really like evening flights and night flights sometimes, especially flying in sunset. It's always my favorite. The game looks the best, I think, around that time. So it should be coming in hopefully around night. Should be a nice night landing. But yeah, the detail in the plane is definitely a lot better. And they added in the One World logo right there, which is a little detail. Go ahead and get Pushback to the left. Oh, I was looking at the wrong line. For some reason I was looking at the dotted line. That's fine. And let's go ahead and get engine master number 1. Yeah, I set this up perfectly for this line. That's fine. Engage the other parking brake. And we'll monitor the other engine startup. Flight controls are good. Wish I could actually have the display of the flight control. Let's go ahead and drop flaps 1. Go ahead and turn off our APU. Alright, we are ready for taxi. It's definitely going to be an interesting departure with this crosswind. Yeah, I mean, the detail in the airport's amazing. So yeah, if you do get this add-on, just whatever you do, just delete the city part and just keep the airport, and it'll run smoothly and it won't crash for you. Good so far. If anyone's done any flights out of Las Vegas, let me know, and if the airport looks just like how it is, or if anyone's familiar with the airport. What I've seen in screenshots and some videos, it looks pretty good. I've never actually been to the airport. I've driven to Vegas, but I've never actually flown to the airport. See where that wind, the sock, it's going to be flying all over the place. Let me know if you guys prefer any night flights or day flights. If you want to see me do more flight, just whatever you guys like, I'll try to do, get a good mixture of both. I tend to just do you can see what's going on. Obviously at night you don't really see much, but some people do like flying at night, so let me know what you guys think. And also just look how smoother the gameplay is. Definitely impressed with the Four Simmers update with their liveries. I think those guys are knocking it out of the park. Let's get parked here and get all set up for our departure. Set our parking brake. Let's get the altimeter. I believe the altimeter was 2984. Sorry, 85. Let's see if the information's updated yet. Which it has not, so that's fine. So let's go to 2985. And let's go ahead and get our landing lights set. Strobe set. Turn on terrain. Auto brake set to max. All these things are set. Let's pull up air traffic. 2643. Okay, and everything's looking good here. All right, I think we're ready for takeoff. Always gives me goosebumps. I remember whenever you turn onto the runway, I love this view because it just really makes you feel like you're in it. If you guys are wondering how I get these camera views for my anyone new who's watching or new subscribers, I have a video of it on my channel of how I get these views, so I highly recommend you guys check that out so you guys can get the same kind of views for your experience. Alright, look at that classic Las Vegas skyline. Alright, one last check. Everything's set. Flight plan is good. Performance is set. I think we are ready for departure. Everything's set. Alright, let's go for it. Let's get engines up to 50. And let's go for flex. Alright, it's going to be interesting takeoff roll for this. Alright, 100 knots. V1, rotate, V2, jeez, that was insane. Positive brake, gear up, that was way too nuts. Man, that crosswind was Just goes to show you, stuff can just happen. That was, I honestly thought that was going to be a wing strike. I had my thing set to realistic, so if I did actually hit it, I would have ended the whole sim right there. So thankfully nothing happened, but she's apparent passengers would have been freaking out. It's still a bit kind of, I can definitely tell there's a bit of drag on the plane. As you can see, it's just straight left. Probably should have got clearance going the other way. We're above 10,000. Let's go ahead and turn our lights off. I can't believe that. That was definitely the craziest departure I've done in this thing so far. I think based on the wind charts, let's see. I'm still getting a lot of turbulence. I know there's a bunch of wind around this area, so I'm not surprised. It's really windy around the southwest right now. But I do like it. That's a little bit more of a challenge. It is really cool. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, if you guys ever have a chance, I highly recommend getting Twitch. So you guys can, you know, chat with me while I'm flying and stuff. I think it'd be really fun. I know I've said it in a bunch of videos, but I definitely highly recommend it for everyone. Yeah, look at that tailwind. It's definitely going to help us. Might cut out some time in our flight. I believe we're going to be passing 18,000, which we are. Alright, let's set back to standard. Beautiful sunset. Everything's looking good so far. It might get very bumpy as we're passing over the hills. I think we're going to be flying over San Bernardino County, over Big Bear and stuff, so it should be getting a little bumpy over there too as we're coming in. And based on the reports at... let's check LAX and see what kind of wind we're getting. Too bad. It's a little bit of a tailwind, which is going to be nice. It shouldn't be too bad. Only 13 knot crosswind, so nothing too crazy. But Vegas seems to be the worst right now. Yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. If you want to see more night flights, I could definitely do those maybe once in a while. I just like, as I said before, I love, doing day flights just because so you guys can see things and stuff like that. So, make sure the views look pretty good. Livery looks really nice. Yeah, they did a really good job. So if you guys haven't gotten this pack, I highly recommend it now. They have so many packs, and it comes with so many. I mean, just look at the detail in the tail. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but on a 4K monitor, it looks really good. Let's check in on our progress. We're still doing good. Whoops. Alright, let me check our approach plate and make sure we know when we're descending. Alright, so we're using the Angel 4. So at Glesson, that's how you pronounce it. So that's flight level 240. Angel is 190. So at Circus, we need to be at 12,000. And Circus is... Oh man, look at that crosswind. Look at that wind. Circus is right there. So we need to be at 12,000 right there, which makes sense. And then we're pretty much following the ILS plan, and it's just a straight shot into the runway. Alright, so we're doing good so far. It's just a gnarly crosswind going on. Should be reaching our top of climb pretty soon. A lot of wing flex going on. Alright, sounds like we are reaching our cruising flight level. And we should be starting our ascent pretty soon. Yeah, very soon. So we need to be at 12,000, so pretty much. I'll be actually starting my descent in the next couple minutes. So very quick flight. Go ahead and turn this off for a quick second. Check that we're on track here. Okay. Alright, so we might as well just start our descent now, since we're about 80 miles from... It's coming up pretty quick. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this back on. And let's drop down to 12. Check something here. So you need to be at 12,000 at that point, and then let's go to the approach, 25 left. Let's use crane on here. Okay, so actually need to be at 10,000 at this point. So that is just about at 90. So alright, let's go ahead and start descent. Let's go ahead and drop to 10,000. Let's do a decent rate of, let's do, since we have a tailwind, let's do 15 for now. See 18 for right now. See how that. It's going to be a bumpy descent. Alright, let's go ahead and fill out our appraise. Alright, so our decision height, minimum decision height is 540. Oh man, I can't even. It's moving all around the place. 304. Let's go to, so trans altitude is going to be 18,000. And the QNH at LAX is 29.8. I would hate to be people on this plane right now. Temperature at LAX is 16. And the wind is 13 at 290. Alright. Approach phase is complete, and we are just monitoring our descent at this point. So I need to be at 10,000 at crane, which is about 75 nautical miles. So I'd say we're doing pretty good for right now. This thing is flying around. And I had the feeling, so flying over all these, coming into this mountain terrain here, it's probably going to get pretty bumpy as well, but as we get closer to LAX, the wind should be dropping off. That's Palm Springs over there. All the wind farm. I just can't get over that. That's pretty crazy. Let's get a nice outside shot. Alright, we're getting closer and closer. Yeah, I still can't get over that takeoff that we had. I mean, I thought that was going to be it. It was the craziest crosswind takeoff I've had. Now I know what it was like when that storm in England a month ago, I can't think of the name of it, but the one that was recently that had all those planes doing like all those go-arounds and stuff. And I believe there was one video of a A321 British Airways plane, and that thing almost had the same thing. It's just had that huge like wind shear of just got pushed to the left, and the captain almost hit the left wing and had a tail strike, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Alright, airport is less than 80 nautical miles away, so we don't need that anymore. Just drop it to that. Plane is getting tossed around right now. It's just gonna get really bad right here, just because we're flying over those mountains I was talking about. But this plane will handle it. And we need to be at 10,000 at this point right here at crane, so 10,000. And then it's just following the line straight to the airport. My V speed is just not staying consistent. Let's see, yeah, 15's fine. The wind should be dropping off in a little bit, hopefully. There's Big Bear right there. So yeah, it gets very windy around this region. Oh, I could just see the dips and stuff from out there, and it's just, you know that feeling when you're in the plane, it starts to dip. I hate that feeling so much. Alright, so we are below 18,000, so let's go ahead and set our standard, set our thing to 2998. Been getting used to flying in Europe, and then you don't have to change it back until you're like below like 6,000 sometimes. Looks like we're kind of easing off a little bit. We'll be flying right over Ontario Airport in a little bit. I've noticed how smooth the sim is now ever since that last update. You're able to look around a lot easier, switch between cameras better too. Drop this to 40, and then we need to capture the localizer at GG, so that's at 1,900, so that's a little bit further up. And then once we're below 10,000, we need to go ahead and turn our landing system on and lights on. I believe that's Ontario Airport right below us. That's where all the main FedEx planes fly. Not FedEx, sorry, UPS. whenever the FedEx comes, sorry, whenever UPS comes to Los Angeles or California, that's pretty much where they drop to. And then we'll drop down to 3600 there at Honda. As you can see, the wind's kind of dropped off a little bit, which is good. Let's go ahead and set this to, whoops. Set that to 240, and let's go ahead and start dropping down to Honda. So that's going to be at 3600. We can go ahead and start a slow descent into it. Turn our lights on. Everything else is set. Arm ground spoilers. Really nice view of all the lights coming into LA. Can't see the airport just yet. Actually, I do see a little bit of it. Yep. So we're getting there. It's just kind of far off in the distance, but we're getting there. It's pretty much just a slow descent into it. Alright, I do see the runway. Don't see the lights yet, but I can see the outline, so we're on the right, and also we also got the localizer set. So we're just waiting to pick up the glide slope here. We need to be at 3600 in about 10 nautical miles, so let's drop down a little bit more. Increase our descent here. Downtown is right there. those landing lights are bright. Actually, we can start our, I wonder if the approach. Okay, oh yeah. I'm just monitoring our descent here, so we're catching up. See if we can get a shot at downtown. Not just yet. It looks like we will be passing into it shortly, though. Where is it? It should be... Did we pass it already? We shouldn't have. Alright, we are at our current altitude that we need to be at, so that's fine. Let's just maintain that. There's downtown right there. There's downtown LA. Alright, just keep an eye on our approach. We should be, let's go ahead and arm the approach. It should catch the load slip. Alright, we are set. Let's go ahead and drop to 220. So I'll drop to our managed speed. Let's deploy my spoilers up a little bit. Just drop us down. Get flaps one set.
2,500.
Alright, we are getting ready. We already got flaps one set. Let's go ahead and drop to flaps 2. Nice shot at downtown. We're south central at this point. Once we're about 6 nautical miles away, which we are, let's go ahead and drop our landing gear. Let's go ahead and go for flaps 3. Love the camera angles when you're coming into land. A little bit of a crosswind, but nothing too major. Let's go flaps full. That's an awesome shot right there. Alright, we are at 1,000. And let's go ahead and disengage autopilot, hand fly it. Just keep it nice and steady. really wish there was like a replay mode or something. I'd love to just like be like a passenger in the flights that I've done. Let's get us lined up a little bit. There we go. Oh, crosswind.
200.
We're still doing good though.
100.
Let's get our flare set.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Verser's green. Decel. Nice quick landing right there. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and get to our gate. Not a bad landing, a little bit of a shaky departure though, but I'll take the landing. A slight little crosswind at the very last couple seconds there, as you saw, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Nice shot of the pillars coming into the terminals over there. And the terminal we need to be at is right here. I wish the strobes were a little bit brighter on the plane. I wish they were kind of like just a little bit brighter when they flash. I don't realize they're really bright. To the American Airlines terminal. I'm not sure what number terminal this is, but I know that American Airlines does use this terminal. Delta's on the other side. I did another video where I departed from there using the Spirit Airlines. I think they depart from that terminal. So I think the mod that the add-on that I'm using, where they use the static traffic, they did a really good job in placing the planes where they're supposed to be. Ready for our turn here, getting into the gate. And our gate is right here. We're parking next to this A320. let's get her parked up. And let's go ahead and get the jetway connected here. We can go ahead and turn off our engines. Alright, let's turn our fuel pumps off. Alright, let's go ahead and get our baggage ready to go. And power set. So request power supply. Request it again. Request baggage. Request it one more time. And then we should be getting our stuff set. There we go. Alright, so not a bad flight, I'd say. Got here, I'd say, pretty quickly. Besides all the turbulence and stuff like that, I'd say it was a pretty decent flight. And I'm glad that the American Airlines livery is looking really nice and they fixed the difference in the colors. Because I remember before that this was a different shade compared to the rest of the plane, so I'm glad that they fixed it and updated everything. And also I just noticed that the I don't know what these parts of the plane are called, but I know it's the front part of the flaps. These are painted white instead of chrome like some of the other liveries, which is a really nice detail. But yeah, other than that, I just want to say a quick thank you to all my subscribers on YouTube for helping me pass 100. I'm just really grateful for that. Didn't expect it to happen as quickly as it did, and honestly I've just been doing these videos just for fun so you guys can enjoy it on Xbox and just showing you how much fun you can actually have. So I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying it, and thank you for the support and helping me out with everything. I've been sick for a little bit, that's why I haven't been uploading, and I was also changing job locations, but now things are kind of back to normal. I'm feeling a lot better, so I should be pumping out a little bit more videos, a lot more, to get those out to you guys. But yeah, other than that, also you guys can follow my Twitch so you guys can chat with me while I fly, so you guys can get notified when I'm going live. But other than that, I think that's so. Yeah, thank you guys so much for everything. And if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I will see you guys in the next video that I upload. Alright then, so without further ado, I believe that is it. So, happy flying everyone, and stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.